These sections of the Bible, including five books Job, Psalm, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Song of Solomon, that use poetry and saying to teach us about love, holiness, and wisdom in memorable ways. This poetry doesn't remain, but it is still very beautiful, especially in the Psalm. The book of Psalms is written entirely in the poet form, with 150 chapters. Psalm is the longest books in the Bible. Psalm number 190 with 176 verses. And also the longest chapter in the Bible. Many psalms were songs during time of the worship in the Hebrew temple. The themes of these psalms is worship and praising of God. About half of the psalms list David as this author. Other psalms were written by Solomon, Moses, and priests and temple assistants. The priests who wrote some of these psalms were probably responsible for providing music for worship during David's reign as a king of Israel. The book of Job is a good example of how God used our time to teach us wisdom. Job's like a psalms is written is poet form, but Job tells a long story about how God saw us that the best lives. The life that he approves is one that given God first place no matter what. Job suffered many terrible losses. His animals were stolen and destroyed. Then his servants were murdered. Then his children were killed in a storm. In you can see there Job chapter 1 verse 13 to 19. Job cried out to God in his sorrow and tried to understand why these troubles had happened to him. But he never blamed God for these difficulties. Because of Job's faithfulness, God eventually reflects the things he had lost. You can see Job chapter 42 verse 12 to 17. This the message of Job is that which peoples honor God no matter what. Like Job, they trust in God's wisdom rather than their own incomplete understanding. The book of Proverbs is fully with short, catchy sayings to help us live a life of wisdom. For example, everyone knows that having friends is important, but it's also essential that we have the right kind of friends. Proverbs chapter 12 verse 26 declare, the righteous should choose his friends carefully, for the way of the wicked leads them astray. Proverbs also has good advice about words and the wise use of speech, such as a soft answer turned away wrath, but a harsh word steep of anger. The tongues of the wise use knowledge rightly, but the mouth of fools pours forth foolishness. You can see Proverbs chapter 15 verse 1 2. The next book is Ecclesiastes. The book of Ecclesiastes consider how meaningless life look through our natural eyes. Without God in our lives, nothing can fill that emptiness. Power cannot, neither can popularity or pleasures. Nothing but God can give life true significance. The next book is Songs of Solomon. The Songs of Solomon is a beautiful celebration of married love between a man, King Solomon, and his wife. It's a kind of love which is a Lord King God's tender regard for his people.